And we start with breaking news for you this hour. At least 3 police officers and 1 civilian killed in Kazakhstan's largest city of Almaty, where gunmen attacked a police headquarters. I've got our RT correspondent William Whiteman with me now in the studio here to offer some insight on this. I know it's a developing, fluid situation, William. The anti-terror operation is still underway. Can you tell us more?
Well, yes. I mean, just as you were saying, so far the casualty list is that 3 police officers have been killed, 1 civilian has been killed. Several other people have been hospitalised and are in critical condition, obviously, because of the nature of the attack. So what we know is that several armed gunmen opened fire on a police station with fully automatic weapons. Police obviously then returned fire. In an attempt to flee from the scene, the gunman tried to hijack a car, and the man driving the car tried to prevent it. From what we know so far, he was then shot himself and later died. This is the 1 civilian casualty. So the police do have 1 man in custody who they've managed to detain. He's a 27-year-old man from southern Kazakhstan. And from what we know, there is now a very, very in-depth and very thorough anti-terror operation going on across the city. Obviously, this is the largest city in Kazakhstan, so they're taking the necessary precautions. Train stations are being closed down. We've been seeing a lot of reports of roadblocks, cars being searched. Emergency services are saying that everyone needs to stay indoors, and obviously the thing is that there are a lot of gun shops in this town as well, so these have all been forcibly closed down in case there should be any attempt to for this group to try and raid one of these to try and get more weapons, as we have been seeing previous robberies of arms shops, gun shops taking place.
Right, so the gun shops are all shut down now in Almaty, the biggest city in Kazakhstan. People are being told to stay indoors. Now, sadly, it was last month there was another major attack in Kazakhstan. What do we know about that?
Well, that's the thing, because in that previous attack, that was, well, it was several attacks, but one of them was on a gun store itself. So a lot of weapons were seized and then used for the remainder of the attack. The previous attack was slightly larger in its scope. Back then, 4 suspects were killed in the shootout, and several others shot after police and troops joined the fray. But it was much bigger. It was a much bigger sort of series of raids. They went after a couple of gun shops. They also then raided a bus and hijacked it, and then attempted to attack a military base. So it was a much larger attack. However, this one is obviously still a developing story. We'll have to see what happens next. In that previous attack, 5 people were killed, 10 people were injured. And actually, at the time, authorities warned of the perpetrators having links to what they described as being non-traditional extremist religious views. And then a couple of days later, after the attack, the foreign minister came out and confirmed that he didn't go as directly as saying that this was sort of a jihadist movement, but he again reaffirmed that these were religious extremists who were carrying out this attack. Now, if you take into consideration the fact that just last year alone, 4,000 people from Central Asian republics joined Islamic State. Also, it's in very close proximity to Afghanistan. This could be the start, potentially, of some kind of destabilisation of the region. I mean, obviously, we can only hope not. But, I mean, certainly it would appear as if these kind of attacks have the hallmarks of this kind of extremist terrorism. I mean, the guys were reportedly all dressed in black, seemed to know exactly what they were doing. It appears as if they were relatively well trained. So, I mean, you have to wonder what's going to happen next.
Yeah, indeed. Well, we're going to keep everyone up to date on this breaking news here on RT International. William Whiteman, thank you.
Thanks very much.